Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thinking I would spice things up and go back to my limited roots with the Holiday Cube draft. I only have 20 seconds here, but so this is my first pack. I got a Hero Bladehold, which I don't know how well it will be in this format, or Phyrexian Revoker, Hypnotic Spectre. I like the Birds of Paradise. I kind of want to just go a ramp strategy with the Birds of Paradise, so I think I'm going to just take the Birds of Paradise, or well, we'll stick with my buddy Hero Bladehold. It dodges lightning bolts. I don't know exactly what removals in the format, but I'll take the Mythic Hero Bladehold. Mind you, you don't keep the cards in this format. They are just, it's 10 tickets just to play in an extremely overpowered draft. So keep that in mind. I think I really have not a clue what this format, how fast this format is. I haven't even researched it whatsoever. But I love Electrolyze. Electrolyze seems like a really good card. And Mystical Tutor's a spine card, but the best card out of here is probably Batterskull. I really like the Blade Spicer as well. People tend to over-evaluate cards in Cube, and sometimes just take like a bunch of high-powered cards or try to go for some crazy strategy. And a lot of times you can win a lot of matches just by going like a white weenie strategy with like Blade Spicer, Hero Bladehold. I think Batterskull is more powerful, but I think I'm going to try for this white and completely cut the people to the left of me out on white, make them go into, there's a nice little ramp strategy here with the Simic Growth Chamber and Llanowar Elves, and Green Sun Zenith is definitely a very powerful card, but I might just take the Blade Spicer over the Batterskull and call this good, and I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of comments of how terrible of a player I am. Yeah, we all know. I really like the red-black strategy, but we also have this bomb in Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze is another one, or Thrun. I mean, we could just go a green-white creature-based deck, and I'm thinking that Thrun, another 4-drop, but is Ooze more powerful than Thrun is the question here. And we got Exalted Angel, just lifelink flying, and you can morph it. And it's pretty cool because you can do it on turn 4. I have a 4 or 5 flying lifelinker, but that you have to invest 5 mana, or it'd be 7 mana into it for that to happen. 2 turns you have to invest in it. I like the Nearhearth Pilgrim, but it will come back. Intuition is just crazy good card. I'm sure in this format that it's just begging to be abused. I do know there's a Sacred Foundry going around, so there's a Battlefield Forge, so I could go a Searing Blaze. But what I'm going to go is I'm going to go the white-green strategy. I'm going to take a Thrun. This isn't going to be the most crazy deck ever, but it's going to be a fun deck, so I'm going to take a Thrun here and call it good. So I want to find a good equipment. There's Moran Crusader too, so this is actually working out really well. Chain Lightning, of course, is a great card. We have the Wickerboar Elder, but my 4-drop is already starting to get full, so I really can't see myself going the Wickerboar Elder strategy, more of a mid-range green. I think I'm just going to take the Moran Crusader or the Figure of Destiny. I'm going to go with the Moran Crusader, and again, we're going to go for the green-white strategy. Have some fun cards here with like Tezzeret, but I haven't seen enough artifacts to really make this worth it. We have the Fleecemane Lion as well, a 3/3 for 2. But I'm hoping that will come back to me because I'm the only one so far going these colors probably on the table. I think there's only room for 1 Celestia. And I've really left red open for my opponents to my left and black. So I'm hoping that I can cut white out completely and one of these will come back as a faster drop. Well, I've got 3 options. One of these is definitely going to come back. I'm going to take the Moran Crusader. So again, a very good artifact would be ideal. Now we get a bomb here with the Voice of Resurgence. Kind of would like to go the Findorn Elves, and then you go this like 3 ramp strategy. You go Findorn Elves or Birds of Paradise, or I think there was a Llanowar Elves going around as well, and you can have like a turn 2 Moran Crusader. But I think Voice of Resurgence is too powerful not to take here. Again, this could definitely come back. The Mirror Entity is awesome. I really do like this card, but it's kind of slow and awkward in the format. Again, we're leaving open not very good picks in this pack. There's Volcanic Island for anyone that's going a blue-red strategy, but nothing more. Not a big fan of Masticore in a limited environment with bombs. It's great in a limited environment without bombs, but when every card's a bomb, Masticore just gets outclassed. So we're going to take the Voice of Resurgence. So already getting this nice little green-white aggro strategy going. Shardless Agent, wish I could splash. We might be able to. Caracas, is there enough legends to really make it worth it? Kind of wishing I would have gone the red route. We would have a pretty awesome red-white, but I'm thinking we'll just continue to go this green-white strategy. Ebocrasset's actually not too bad. It is a yeah, it's a 3/3 for 2, right? Enters the battle with 3 plus 1. Oh, if you didn't cast for him. No, it's just a 2/1, then it keeps coming back. This agent is so tempting to splash. Same with Venser. Venser is very, very tempting to splash, but we don't have any comes into play things. Well, we have Blade Splicer, and I might just end up taking the Venser and splashing it because everything else here is not that great. And we had the Masticore, but again, you have to discard a card per turn. So, Knight of Glory, Arbor Elf. Wow, I mean, again, we have some bombs here for the strategy we're going. We have Sun Titan, Wall of Almonds. I mean, Wall of Almonds works awesome with Venser, but I am the aggro deck, so it's either Knight of Glory or Sun Titan. I think that we do have room for a 6-drop, and Sun Titan already works with Blade Splicer. Let's see. Yes, it already works with Blade Splicer. It'll already work with the 1-drops I want to get out. So I think I'll curve out at 6 with the Sun Titan, and hopefully I get one of these green ramp cards back. We have some cool cards in here with non-basic land. I don't think they make us a moon. There's going to be too many basic lands for this to really be worth it. And Knight of Glory is definitely a great card, but I don't think more powerful than this Sun Titan. So we'll just take a Sun Titan. Again, this isn't going to be the most flashy deck ever, but I hope it's going to work. Now this worries me. No green or white cards in here. So we have Mole Drifter. We can splash into the blue, and Mole Drifter is definitely a great card. Man, Dream Halls is a very fun card to brew with. So, I mean, it's just a crazy, crazy card in this format to brew with if you go some sort of crazy strategy with high casting cost stuff. But I'm thinking that if we have to go red, we're not solid. I mean, I haven't 100% guaranteed the cards that are the colors that I'm going, so I think I'm going to take this Char. And if we have to go red instead of green, we can definitely go that route. Speaking of route, there is route. You may cast it anytime you can play an instant. If you pay 2 more to cast it, destroy all creatures. Definitely good. Revelark, though, is another great card in this deck that I'm trying to build here. Other than, I think black, I mean, we could try to go white-black, but I didn't see enough of it. And Void, definitely out of the question now. I think I will take a Revelark. Now, we need early drop stuff, so I have either Llanowar Elf or Green Sun Zenith. Both of them are fine. And Simic Growth Chamber, Ball Lightning. I don't think I want to really go into red, heavy red. So, I mean, Earthquake is definitely a good card, but I think Llanowar Elf is perfect for this deck. So we'll take the Llanowar Elf, and hopefully this is just a good sign that all the ramp is open. We get forced some more ramp. No, we don't, but Xenagos is definitely something that I could splash for with a Char if we get the fixing. So I'm definitely going to go Xenagos. And Figure of Destiny works perfectly for this if we're going to go the red. I think Figure of Destiny is more powerful than a Fleece Maiden Lion, so all 3 of them came back. Fleece Maiden Lion can become hexproof indestructible, but you would have to dedicate more mana. I think Figure of Destiny is the right play here, and I'm actually going to take this Ancient Grudge. I think it's a great splashable card. I don't like the Frenzied Goblin, so the Ancient Grudge will help us against any sort of aggro strategy, and an Arc Trail. So we're looking for a nice little Naya deck here. And Make Us the Moon, of course, is going to get forced because it's not very good in this format. So I'm liking the deck so far. We already have a nice Naya build going. Mainly white. Llanowar Elves didn't get the Arbor Elf or the Birds of Paradise or the Thindoran Elf. So someone else is going to have a decently rampy deck. So again, not solidified on anything here. I like the wide open options. If I have to even just go into Gruul, I think it'd be very easy to do so. The Arc Trail is very good in this format against early drops, and as well as Char is just great. So 2 ramp spells for black. We have Gristlebrand and Shieldred, and followed off with, wow, Confidence in here. And Confidant, you have to really go a fast strategy for it to work. Plow Under is actually a pretty good strategy. You can set your opponent back a few turns. Mystic Stake, none of this stuff is really... Oh, there's a Swords of Plowshare. I'm like, oh, this is not that great. And then I see the Swords of Plowshare. Swords of Plowshare is exactly what we need. If we don't go into red, we do need some sort of cheap removal. And Swords is perfect. So I think this is a no-brainer here. We just go for the Swords of Plowshare and call that good. Got some fun cards in here for sure, though. This is what's so fun about Cube is it's just all over the place. So I'm going to take the Swords of Plowshare. So I'm hoping for like a Lightning Helix. That'd be great. Paladin Vec is actually not a bad pick. But again, I think that slot is starting to get... Whoa! There's a channel in here. I didn't know that was... Jeez, that's just begging to be abused. But I don't think we're in a deck that's able to abuse it. I think the Venser's out of the question here. I mean, the Edric Spymaster of Tress is actually a very good card. But also... Well, yeah, okay, so it's only for me. Jeez, and it would be... We'd have Venser... and Edric, and it's perfect. I mean, just think about that with the hero blade hold for a second, or even Moran Crusader double striking, drawing 2 cards. We got a Vindicate here, and that is tempting to splash into black. And Cloud Goat Ranger is definitely nothing to scoff at, but I do believe that we have too many 5 drops here, or at least 4 drops and above, so that it would be definitely competing. So I think Paladin Vec is the right play here, and call it good. I kind of want Vindicate or Edric, but I don't think we can go that route. Hopefully I don't kick myself here. For that, we got a Goyf. Goyf is actually still really good in this format. I think there's plenty of stuff in the graveyard. We also have a Bloodbraid Elf. I think if we go the Naya strategy, I think Bloodbraid Elf actually is a little more powerful than Goyf. We also have a Mox Jet, which is just good because it's 0 mana accelerate. And I think that anytime you see a Mox, even though it is just black, I mean, we do want to ramp into like a turn quicker. Oh, but there's a Pearl. Wow. I think the Mox Pearl is definitely the right way to go. I think it is a little... Acceleration is something I do want in this deck. And is it better than Bloodbraid Elf or Tarmogoyf is a question. I hope one of these comes back, and I'm going to take this Mox Pearl. And we even have... I think either between the Polychronos, the Goyf, and the Bloodbraid Elf, one of them will come back. I mean, Reckless Charge isn't bad either. Neither is this Mauler. But... And Hellspark Elemental is not bad either, but Pearl is great in this format. Baneslayer Angel. I think this is going to be a no-brainer. We have... Sensei's Divining Top, which is very, very good as well. Smash the Smithereens, but we already have Artifact Hit if we not. There's Pernicious Deed in here. And nothing else is... Yeah, too... Baneslayer Angel is awesome. We'll take the Baneslayer Angel. And now I'm glad I didn't take that Cloud Goat, because now our 5-drop is very, very full. So we have... Tropical Island, which we could have gone if we wanted to go deep into blue and green. Spear of Heliod, we have a Loam Lion that becomes a 2/3 first turn, but neither Reliquary probably is the most powerful, even though we don't really have... Yeah, it's going to be a Knight of Reliquary. Again, we're just going to go for this value green-white creature strategy, and maybe if we need to splash in Naya, we will, because Xenagos is nothing to scoff at, and neither is like the Arc Trail and the Char, but so far it's going to be green-white. And if Lone Lion comes back, we'll definitely use it. It probably will come back. And there's a Thoughtseize in here. I kind of wish I would have gone black, but yeah. We're going to deny the Reliquary. And Geist of Saint Draft. Wow. I definitely wish we could go that. And Fauna Shaman's great too. This is just packed full of cards that I love. I love Zealot's Conscripts in this type of format when they cheat out huge creatures and you grab their creature and kill them with their own creature. It's always a nice feeling. But I don't think Zealot's Conscript's the way to go. Geist of Saint Trapped is so tempting to go, but I think Mother Rooms is the obvious pick here. It's a very powerful card. They have to deal with it, otherwise it basically allows me to protect all of my creatures. Oblivion Ring is definitely another pick. We do need another removal, but I think Mother Rooms is too powerful not to pick. Silverblade Paladin's great in this as well, but I think our 3-drop is pretty full already. Mother Rooms is the way to go. Student of Warfare, we do need more 1-drops, and I do believe that it is going to be more powerful than either the Still Moon Cavalier. Protection from white and black is great, and it is something you can pump pretty easily. But I think that either Student of Warfare or Isamaru is just a bit more powerful than the Steel Moon Cavalier. There is a Firebolt, but again, I don't think we're going to be going into that strategy. A Court of Calling, a Eureka. Yeah, we definitely don't want a Eureka in our deck. It'll help our opponent way more than it'll help us. And so I do need an early drop. I think Student of Warfare is a little more powerful than Isamaru, so we'll take it. So we do have our 1-drops pretty much good now. Okay, so I could go the Carpulsion Forest for some fixing if I want to go into red. Like I said, Xenagos, we have the possibility for Xenagos. We have the possibility of Arc Trail and Char. And there's a Fire Blast in here as well. It's great if you go into the mono red strategy. This is, I guess no one's going mono red because there's a bunch of bomb cards here. And Merry Angel's awesome though. It's just, I think you can't pass with Merry Angel. It's one of my favorite cards again for the green-white kind of token strategy. Another Confident. Didn't we say Confident in the first pack? Jeez. Or was this the pack that we saw it in? Whip Quarter's not bad. And I might just go Whip Quarter. I think it's better than Rakdos Cackler or Plated Geopede. Unfortunately, we can't go the Confidant. I'm going to take the Whip Quarter. Probably won't end up playing it, but we'll see. And Vindicate came back, so did Cloud Goat Ranger, and so did Edric. And it's kind of, again, it's tempting to go into Edric, or tempting just to splash in a little bit of black for Vindicate because of how powerful a card it is. But I think what I'm going to do is just take this Cloud Goat, and again, just kind of go for a value creature type strategy, and hopefully not get blown out by any sort of combo. So Goyf comes back and Bloodbraid Elf comes back. Basically everything comes back for this Kolnaya strategy. And at this point, I think that Goyf, our Bloodbraid Elf might be a little more powerful than Goyf. And I haven't like solidified, well, because, yeah, I think Bloodbraid Elf is more powerful than Goyf. I'm going to take it. Maybe that's the wrong play. Maybe I needed a 2-drop. But if I do decide to go into Naya, which I'm kind of leaning because I do need like Chars in the hand, and of course we have this anti-artifact strategy now, Smash the Smithereens and whatnot. So Char and Archo, I think we're going to need to play them as removal, and Xenagos might be very powerful to play in here as well. So my deck's kind of turning out pretty clunky, but we still have a pack left, an entire pack left, and so we either need to pick up Fixing or even think about dropping or solidifying in a mono white or green white and dropping red or whatnot. But I'm thinking Naya might actually work. There's a Loam Lion. We can definitely take it. There's a Spear of Heliod, which I actually think is a better pick with all of the token generation that we have. And I might actually even play it. Spear of Heliod is pretty good in limited. So we have 10th Street Hooligan again. There's more anti-artifact. So definitely good on the artifact hate strategy. And Ace Tomorrow comes back. That is a gift because we will play it. So far still leaning towards Naya aggro. And I don't know how I will. I need a good equipment here. So Elish Norn, definitely could go Elish Norn. We got Chant of the Firebrand, definitely could go that. A Chrome Mox, and I'm definitely thinking about taking this Chrome Mox, how powerful it is. Day of Judgment in here, but that hurts us more than it hurts anyone else. Elish Norn is tempting. It's perfect. It's a perfect card to curve out, but it's 7 mana. I would really have to go high on the mana, and the only ramp I have is a Mox Pearl and a Llanowar Elves. And a Chrome Mox would be the way to go. It does give you card disadvantage, but I think a lot of times it just for that ramp, when we especially have these drops we want to cheat out earlier, is the way to go. It's too powerful not to play, in my opinion. Fate's Fetters is definitely a great card. And again, Elish Norn is an awesome card, and it's not going to come back to me, I guarantee it. And it could just be a blowout if my opponent gets it, but 7 mana, I don't know if I can justify over Chrome Mox when we're already a little bit top-heavy on what we want to do. Chrome Mox actually does help a little bit fixing, depends on, what you exile. But I think I'm going to take the Chrome Mox. Not happy with this pick, but it's definitely a great card. And it helps accelerate an aggro deck. So Koth the Hammer is a powerful card, but I think we won't be going enough into red to make it worth it. And we got Kitchen Finks, which I do believe is going to be the pick. We have the Hermit, not a bad card. And Curse Scroll is actually amazing. If it does come back, that'll be awesome. Sylvan Carotid is, for a Naya build, I kind of want to go into this Sylvan Carotid, but I'm thinking it's going to come back. Journey to Nowhere is a great card. It's removal. We do need to see removal, but I'm going to take this Kitchen Finks, just how powerful I believe this card is. And it is in our colors, and I think it would get picked if we don't pick it. So Gaea's Cradle is definitely the card where I so want to go this card. We have Restoration Angel in here. So Gaea's Cradle, add B for each creature you control. We're a creature-based deck. This could ramp up to insane amounts, but the problem is we don't need a lot of green. So I think I'm going to have to just pass up this Gaea's Cradle and either go for the Windswept Heath. We got Arid Mace with Windswept Heath. I'm hoping one comes back because either one of them is fine. Goes gets a plain, goes gets a plain or mountain, goes gets a plain or forest. Restoration Angel so far doesn't have too many combinations. I do like the Viper a lot. You draw a card. It's got Death Touch and draw a card basically. But I'm thinking Restoration Angel, even though it only combos off with Kitchen Finks and Blade Splicer, is more powerful than any one of these. So I'm going to take the Restoration Angel. So we have a Hero of Oxid Ridge, we have a Domri, and I'm definitely going to, I'm most likely going to take this Domri. I absolutely love the Birthing Pod because we kind of have a pod strategy going. So, but I'd hate to take it over a Domri, as Domri is pretty powerful. But, I mean, pod into a Bloodbraid Elf, pod into, I think pod is just too powerful to pass up. I mean, the great cards in here again. I mean, Siege Gang Commander's great. Domri is just amazing. Let's cross our fingers and pray Domri comes back. I mean, Xenagos did, so, but I think that I definitely think that Pod is the more powerful of the cards here. We got a Soldier Pantheon. I kind of do still want another 1-drop. We got a Gruul Turf, which does help fix. We have a Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra is actually, I'd probably take it over Soldier Pantheon or Goblin Guide, or even Porcelain Legionnaire. It is, yeah, just because any sort of landfall can help us actually get the mana we need to fix. I'm going to take the Lotus Cobra and hopefully... I mean, Genesis is great too. Oh, geez. Genesis is just too... I'm going to take the Lotus Cobra. I kind of want the Genesis with the Pod, but I think the Lotus Cobra is more powerful for what we're trying to do. And again, that might not be the right pick, but whatever. I love Hellrider, but I think Incinerate is the way we need to go. I mean, Mirari's Wake's fun, but I mean, it only affects you as well. Creatures you control get +1/+1, and whenever you tap a land for mana, you get an extra mana. Yeah. And a pump spell would be great for all of the type of creatures that we have, but I'm thinking, you know, the Unexpected Absence is nice too, because it is removal. But I'm thinking Incinerate is exactly what we still need in this deck. And there's still Boon Satyr. Boon Satyr is definitely powerful. But again, our 3-drop is quite cluttered. I'm going to take the Incinerate. And then I think we have enough removal. So Elspeth is definitely a gift. I'm glad. I don't think we need to... I mean, Sneak Attack's fun. I mean, Sneak Attack's actually... And Thragtusk is fun too. But I think Elspeth... I mean, Thragtusk works with our Pod, but Elspeth puts stuff in. Yeah, it's just something they have to answer. And I like it over Thragtusk. Or do I like it over Thragtusk? I mean, we got the Restoration Angel Thragtusk. Over Elspeth is the thing. I think we are going to go the Thragtusk route. Just because I've got so much synergy in my deck with it. And... oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to take Thrag. That might be the wrong move. We're going for this kind of white-green deck that I used to play. Manriki Gusari is not the enchantment I wanted to see. Actually, this Soltari Champion is pretty strong. All the creatures, it's got Battle Cry, basically, on it. And it's got Spike Shot Elder's fun. Riftbolt might be another sort of card that we need to kind of curve out, have enough removal plus creatures. But, I mean, a Shadow 2/2, unblockable 2/2 that gives all my guys +1/+1, I think is a little more powerful than a Riftbolt. So Elshnorn comes back, and I will take it at this point yeah, that is a gift, because we can pod up to it. So we've got kind of a nice little pod deck. This is kind of the deck that I used to play back when Birthing Pod and during the Scars of Mirrodin Innistrad type. I'm going to take the Cursed Scroll. I think it's the most powerful card here. It's more powerful than Koth or Emberhauler. But, I mean, I could go Catastrophe. There's still Show and Tell. There was Sneak and Show and Tell in here. You could have built that deck. Wheel of Fortune is very powerful when I... but I'm going to go with the Viper. I think it's better than a Relic Warder. And who knows, we might actually play the Viper. It probably won't see play. I mean, that's the thing about this game, though, is every card is so playable. I'm liking the Siege Gang Commander. I think we have enough 1-drops. I don't think Savannah Lion is worth playing. So I'm going to take the Siege Gang Commander. And Gruul Turf will play over Soldier Pantheon. I do think we might need some fixing here with Gruul Turf. Or I guess I'm going to just take the Soldier Pantheon. I don't like a land that comes into play tapped. And just go ahead and take this Chanter's Phoenix, even though we won't end up playing it. I think that I might not even play red here. I think we have enough just green-white. And... what does this even do? I didn't even read it. Remove a fate counter from exile target creature when it releases by return those battlefields here she controls. That's kind of cool, but it's not going to make the cut in my deck. So I am going to play the Mox Pearl and the Chrome Mox. And most likely I'm not going to splash in red, as I think I don't have the fixing to really make it worth it. I mean, I want to play Bloodbraid Elf. I don't really want to play Xenagos. So Bloodberry Elf's going to go over here for a minute, and we're going to see exactly what we can do with like a green-white deck. I mean, we have a very powerful green-white deck. I mean, we have way more than enough cards. I mean, our 1-drops are great. Got only 1 removal, though. Whipcorder probably won't make the cut. Got Blade Splicer. I like the Soltari Champion, actually, and the Maruka Crusader, and the Paladin and Vec, and the Spear of Heliod. I mean, just look at this. It's just crazy. Yeah, I'm not going to go red. I think it just messes up too much. I don't think splashing in for Bloodbraid Elf is the way to go. And this is just nuts. So I don't think the Viper makes the cut, the triple. And we want the Birthing Pod. So we need to cut down to probably just 15 lands because we've got the Mox Pearl. So we need to cut 4 cards here. I'm going to go by converted mana cost to see what we're at. I definitely like this curve right here. But is the 5-drop slot too... I mean, Thragtusk is going to stay in. I like all of my 5s. We ramp pretty well. Does Thrun need to be in here is the thing. I mean, I think out of the 4 drops, Paladin and Vec, I'm going to use as a sideboard card. Maruka Crusader is the exact same thing as Paladin and Vec, except double strike, so it's much better. Protection from black and green versus protection from black and red. I think Soltari Champion is worth it to put in here. I mean, it's very aggressive, and of course, Neither Realm Quarry is great. Spear of Heliod might be a cut, and I'm probably just going to ditch a Llanowar Elf. I don't think we need, and maybe even the Lotus Cobra, as we don't need to accelerate that quickly. As we don't have any fetch lands, Lotus Cobra is a lot worse than if we did. So I definitely want my 1 of removal, and that might be the problem here. And I definitely want all my 1-drops, though, with the Spear of Heliod. And so 1 more card I need to cut. I mean, Kitchen Finks could definitely be cut, but it's just too powerful with Restoration Angel. And Revelark has plenty of targets. Yeah, plenty of targets for Revelark, so it does make the cut. It might just be Thrun. And then I have to go very, very lightly on the green. I mean, I could just plain cut all of the green completely. It's just 2 cards I have to... Oh, there's Voice Resurgence as well. And bring back in and just go a mono-white strategy. And call that good. And I think that's what I'm going to do, even though Thragtusk is just so powerful, Restoration Angel. And now we're in a mono-white, 16 lands mono-white. I mean, we could actually bring in the Whipcorder. And yeah, that way we don't have to worry about getting mana screwed at all. And Whipcorder's not bad. I think that's the way to go. I could go Curse Scroll instead. But I don't think it's worth messing up my mana base when I only have 1 fixer in my entire deck. Oh, I have to get... Oh, never mind. I have to get rid of Knight of the Reliquary too, if that's the case. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it then. I'm going to just do a little bit of a splash, but maybe the Thrun won't get splashed because it is something I can bring in again against any sort of deck that I need a guy that can stick out, can't be countered, regenerate. I'll bring him in. And we'll just add 15 lands here. Yeah, it's gonna be a little more than that, Magic. I'm gonna go 9 and 5, 9 and 6. No, we'll go 10 and 5. And hey, they even give us unglued lands to use. How nice. And then call this good. With the splash for green again might not be worth it, and I don't know if Elesh Norn will even be worth it at this point. But I think we have a pretty solid deck. We definitely have some stuff we can bring in. Again, if it's a artifact strategy or creature strategy we have to worry about, I can go into this Naya type build, but I really don't think Naya is worth it. Anyway, this is what I'm going to submit here, and we'll call this good. This is Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.